Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be creating a homepage for a fictional dog walking service called Muddy Paws, and as you see here, dog walking service in London, and I'll be creating this with the Defiant framework. So we'll just get the lay of the land here. We've got a navbar at the top. We've got a background image with some marketing spiel here and the call to action button. Okay. As we go down, we have a services section with all the different services here. I love these photos. And then as we go down, we have a slideshow kind of thing going on here, where you can click on these little dots, and that will. I think I've got the same image in there, so that will change the image and the text depending on which button you click. And then at the very bottom we've got the four-legged friend gallery. So a gallery image at the top here, and we have the images, and you click on them and they'll change, obviously. Okay, and at the very bottom we have a simple footer. Okay, so excuse me, right, we'll get started on this. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new file, and we're going to call this index.html. And the next thing, so we'll get our boilerplate template up, and we'll just say Muddy Paws in the title. Okay, and I'm going to bring in the Defiant framework, so you'll find that at defiantcss.com, and click the download button. And where do we don't want to go into there? We want to go into desktop. Making this in the Muddy Paws template, so we'll download that zip to there, and then what we'll do is, if I open up Muddy Paws template, and then we'll extract the framework CSS stuff into here. Okay, so we don't need that zip file, and what we'll do in here is we'll grab the CSS and the JavaScript files, copy that, and bring that into there. Don't need that. That's cool, and we are effectively ready to rock. Okay, so we'll close that, and then we'll add in the link to our CSS file. So that will be CSS Defiant CSS. Okay. Oh, and you hear my dog moaning in the background there. Right, so to get us rocking, what's wrong with you? Stop moaning. Okay, to get us rocking, what's wrong? Be quiet. There's nothing wrong with you. Right, so to get us going, okay, so to get us rocking quickly, I'll start adding in the boilerplate HTML stuff. So we can do this pretty quickly by going to the Defiant site and going to navigation. Now, I went for a fixed navbar, so we'll just copy that in, bring that across, and let's see now, it's not Defiant, it is Muddy Paws, and we had home, about, services, contact, so we'll do that. I'm using VS Code, so I'm using Shift and Alt and the down arrow, and that duplicates that pretty quickly. So home, about, and the services drop down. Where are we? Here. Bring that back. See how that looks. And it helps if you open up the template. Right, okay, so that's not what we want. Of course, we need to bring in, I'm bringing in material icons. You can use different icon sets if you want, but I like material icons, so I'm going to bring that in and save that, and that has us rocking. Right, and of course we need to bring in the JavaScript files that we need. So in this occasion we don't need a modal, but we will be using all the rest of that. So if I open this up fully in that way, script source, so we need JS, drop down, and we need image gallery, and we need side nav, and we need slideshow. So we'll bring all those in. In a normal site, you would actually have all this condensed into one single file, by the way, rather than do it the way that I've got it here. Okay, so let's see if that is working. Cool, right, so that's bringing in those. And next, what did we have in the original template? Services, dog walking, pet sitting. Okay, so that is dog walking, and we'll just change all of these to a hash. Pet sitting, pet checks, pet taxi, doggy daycare. Cool, and we don't need the rest of those. Now that's fine. Now if we copy this and then go down here, so this drop down, that is part of the another drop down. That's part of another drop down section. That's not what that's not what I was needing. What I was needing is the mobile navigation. So if I come in here and then underneath this navigation, we'll change this to muddy pause, and the rest will be that's that side nav link. Okay, have that, bring that back, and instead of drop down menu link we have side dash nav link, I believe it was. Yeah, cool. So if we go back to our body pause, and if we were to bring that down, check this out. As you can see, we've got all this links working automatically in the left hand side. Okay, and we still don't have the right links there. What's going on? Home, about, documentation. Ah, like a numpty, I see what I've done there. Like a numpty, I added that as drop-down links instead of, oh no, that's right, services. Okay, services. What else do we have in the original? Home, about, services, and contact. Okay, and then we'll stick that in at the bottom there. That's showing fine. Yeah, contact. Cool. Right, so we're cooking with gas now. Right, so the next part is we need a main section or main part of the site. Right, forgive me, I'm just checking. And give that a class of main. Okay, and we need a hero section. So we're going to say section.hero. Voice is going a bit funny there. And inside that we're going to have a div which is going to contain all our text. So what do we have there? So we have a h1 saying looking for the right dog walking service in London. Are you? And then we'll do h2. We are a dog walking service like no other. Alright, big exclamation mark at the end there. And then we have a paragraph, I believe, and we'll say that muddy pause. You get two things. And then we have an ordered list, and inside that we have an li which says the skills and knowledge required to look after your beloved pooch. Okay, and then we'll copy that again, and what's that saying? Peace of mind that your furry four-legged friend, it's I before E except after C, folks, will be treated as though they were our own. Cool, right, so we'll save that, we'll see how it looks. Right, so that's just quite plain, but it's okay, folks, it's okay. Then the next part is we had an anchor tag underneath the ordered list with a class of btn.btn-success. Now this is all part of the Defiant framework by default. Check that out. Just go to documentation and go into buttons, and here we go, button success. Okay, that's all you need to add in, and you'll get some cracking looking buttons, by the way, if I do say so myself. And then we'll say contact us today. Okay, and then that link won't go in anywhere. Right, so let's see how that looks. Right, so that's all been centered. Now, the hero class, that's a thing inside the Defiant framework as well, but you can customize everything, which we will be doing with a custom style sheet. So we'll carry on just now because we're going to do all the HTML first. and then override stuff with the custom style sheet. Okay, so next class we need is a class of services. So dot services will be a section dot services. And inside that we have h2 with our services. Okay, and then inside that we're going to have a service info class. So dot service dash info, and inside that we have cards. So dot card, and then inside that card we're going to have an image, and then plus a card body, right? So dot card body, and inside that we're going to have a dot card dash heading, okay, and a paragraph and an anchor tag with the class of btn.btn-success. Okay, cool. So I didn't actually bring in the images, but from my reference file here, I'm going to drag across our images. Copy and paste. Right, so we've got all our images in here. Right, so we haven't actually added anything into it yet, but we say image source, and that's going to be image. And I think we used dog2 as the first one. Okay, and then the card heading was, if I double check, card heading was dog walking. Okay, and I'll copy all that. In the interest of speed, I'll crack on with this, and what I'll maybe do is I'll just duplicate everything and have it as is, right? So we're going to have 5 cards, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's fine. And what we didn't do is we forgot to add in view details. So we'll say view details. Okay, there we go, that's perfect. Right, so what we'll do is copy this 5 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. And there we go, awesome. Right, so what's up next? What our clients say, right? Okay, so this is, I believe, the Testimonials section. Okay, so we're going to have section dot testimonials. Okay, with a h2 of what our clients say. Okay, that should be looking cool. Alright, now this is where we're going to add in a slideshow, right? So dot slide show. Okay, and then inside that slideshow we're going to have our slides. Okay, so we have a class of slide, and inside that we have an image. Source, we'll give that dog1. Dog1.jpg. We'll see how that looks. Of course, it's hidden by default. So, and then we'll have a paragraph of with a class slide text and some lorem in there, and underneath that we'll have a small tag, and the owner of this dog is going to be Ronald Duck. That's Donald's brother, and he's the owner of Bluto, we'll say, right? Okay, and then what we'll do there is we'll have that 3 times, right? And then of course at the bottom, this is outside of the slides. We have a div, and inside that div we have 3 spans with a class of slide-dot. Okay, and we'll duplicate that 3 times. Okay, and then last but not least, we're getting there, folks, we're getting there. Last but not least, we will add in a gallery. So section dot gallery. Okay, and all we need to do here, this is pretty cool, it's pretty short actually, so we'll have the 4-legged with G's instead of F's friend gallery. Okay, and then we have, what have I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, so what we'll do is you need default image, right? So that will be image with the class of image gallery name. Okay, and that is going to be image / dog 7, we'll say. Okay, and then underneath here, we'll copy this, but these images underneath don't need a class. Okay, so what we'll have here is we'll have dog 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, so we'll have 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and I said last but not least before, but last but very last not least, we'll have a footer. Okay, so footer, we'll keep this really simple. Footer with the class of footer, and inside that footer we'll have a paragraph, and inside we'll have copyright ampersand copy for that funky wee copyright symbol 2019, because that's this year. Then an anchor tag, just with a basic anchor tag with a hash and muddy pause as the text. Okay, now as you can see here, the gallery is working already, right? And now all we need to do is get our custom styles rocking. Okay, now with the Defiant framework, I don't include a grid system because I honestly believe that you should really be using Flexbox or the CSS grid system, and it's not hard. So just to kind of prove that, you'll see that when we get the custom style sheet on the go. So what we'll do here is we'll add in a custom style sheet. Okay, and CSS, we'll just say custom.css. Alright, and what we'll do is we're gonna give the body, we're going to set the body to a grid. Okay, so we'll say display grid. Right, not a lot of things has changed there, but that's all right. It's not supposed to. Grid template rows, auto. Now I'll explain what this does in a minute. 1FR and auto. Right, so what that's doing is there's effectively 3 rows in your site, because what we've got here is navbar class navbar. See, that was navbar. I'm going to have a fixed navbar, so navbar dash fixed. Excuse me. You see that little judder there? That's it being taken out of the flow, so it's stuck to the top now, right? Right, so yeah, I was speaking about 3 rows, right? So this navbar, this nav with the class of side nav is going to be hidden to the side, right? So this doesn't really count just now. So this nav is 1 row. The main part is another row, right? Because it's containing all the sections, right? And the footer is the last row. So basically what this is doing is it's saying, right, the height of it will be auto, right, or whatever height it is with its content inside of it, okay? And then the main part will be 1FR, or 1 fraction of the page, and that basically pushes it, pushes the content to the bottom. It takes up all the available space, kind of. I've probably just butchered that explanation, but never mind. It's all good. It's all good. It works, right? It works. So it's a cool thing for if you want a footer to stick to the bottom of the page, if you don't have a lot of content on the page, okay? So what we're going to do here is overwrite the navbar, and we're going to give it a background of orange red. Okay, yeah, looking cool. Oh, I'll tell you what I was missing. And we can't miss that, is we added in material icons earlier, as you'll see here, material icons. And what we'll do is we'll add in just an icon in between the, and you can see here, just after the muddy paws in the logo class, right? We've just added that in there, and that adds a little paw print up there, which is quite cool. So, well, I like it. So, next, our hero section, this bit here, it's looking very bland. So we'll say dot hero. Again, hero is a Defiant class. So we're going to give it a background, linear gradient of RGBA 0, 0, 0.8. Right, that will take effect in a minute, and then we're going to have it so like it'll be darker at the top. It'll be more transparent at the bottom, right? You'll see that in a sec. And then I always get a little confused with the order of these things. So URL, and then we'll say image, and that was dog. And then we're going to have no repeat. Bottom, make the thing stick towards the bottom, the actual image stick towards the bottom, and then we'll make it cover the image cover the whole of the screen, and we'll have it fixed as well. Okay, now you'll see what I mean by fixed, right? So the image actually doesn't move when you scroll. Okay, and next we're going to have the color of the hero, and that's going to be, let's say, E. Okay, so it's just a bit darker than normal white. Then we'll make the height of the hero section 100 VH. So what that does is 100% of the viewport, right? So yeah, that's looking pretty cool already, yeah. Okay. So we'll say margin 0. Probably don't need that, it's just to be safe. Okay. Max width is initial. This is just to cover for something that had a width in there originally, and it was faffing with the sides, I think. I'm not sure if you actually need that in or not, but it doesn't matter. Moving on. We're going to have a padding of nothing, top and bottom, and 6 rem left and right. Now, I like to do everything in rem. By default, the Defiant framework kind of uses rem, or it's nothing stopping you from using pixels, but if you use rem, everything is in a multiple of 10, so 1 rem is 10 pixels, okay? And it just kind of, I think it makes the calculations a lot easier in your head, right? So if you're saying, like, if you want 250 pixels, it's just 25 rem or something, and so on and so forth, right? So it's pretty cool. If you wanted, like, say 25 pixels, it would be 2.5 rem, okay? But you can use whatever you want. I just like it, I prefer it. So we're going to have the text line going to the left. Okay, cool. And we'll just make sure the width is 100%. Okay. It is, but I'll just make sure. Okay. Now we want that h1 a little bit bigger, so we're going to have hero h1, and we'll say font size. We'll give it 5 rem. Okay, and see that? Yeah, that looks cool. And we will give a margin to the paragraph and the anchor tag, right? So dot hero p and dot hero a. We'll say margin top. That's not how you margin top 3 rem. We'll see how that looks. That's looking cool. Okay, so next I'm gonna do services. Okay, and that is down here, right? And we are going to add. Do I have that image in there of the pattern? I do, yeah. PW pattern, right? Cool. So there's a cool site for having subtle patterns. I think that's actually the name of the site, subtlepatterns.com or something like that. I'll, if I remember, I'll leave the link in the description. Okay. So we'll say background URL, and we'll say image. That should be / image, and then PW pattern. Okay, and you see it's just like a nice pattern, right? So then we're gonna have padding 6 rem, 5 rem. Okay, that's just gonna shunt that across a little bit. And we'll have text align center. Okay, that's moving that across the H2, the heading across. Then of course we have the services or service info, and in there, these the cards that are in there. We're gonna display flex. Okay. Now that looks really ugly, but we'll sort that in a second. Flex wrap, we'll say wrap. Okay. and we'll justify the content where we space them evenly. This is a cool thing about Flexbox. Look at that. That's awesome. Awesome. Right? So evenly. So even though you've got like an odd one out, it looks really nice. Right? Check that out. Right. So we could probably add some more spacing in between that, but don't worry about that. This is just a tutorial. If you're doing this seriously, then obviously you'd want to make it as awesome as possible, you know, but that looks cool. I like that. Okay, so they all look fine. Now for testimonials, we don't really need to do too much for that, to be honest, but maybe add a little padding or something. What did I have before? Padding of 6 rem helps if you write padding. 6 rem and nothing either side. And we'll align the text center. Text align, line center. Okay, looking cool, right? And did I actually add in images for that? I think, yeah, I did. So for the that's okay, that's cool, that's fine, that's fine. The gallery we are going to have text align center, and then we're going to have that background image again, same one. It's nice to have consistency through sites, so we'll have /image pw pattern, cool, and I'm a bit concerned as to why that's not showing the images. I've done something wrong here with the images. The / image dog 7. Ah, that's what it was. I forgot to add the .jpegs. Yep, I'm a total .jpeg for forgetting to add that in. Okay, so yeah, we need to do a little bit of work there. So the gallery, background, that's fine. Padding, we'll have 6 rem again, nothing either side, that's cool. Then the actual image gallery that's parked inside the gallery section, we're going to have a max width of 100 rem. Okay, now you'll see that makes more sense here. Okay, maybe not. So I forget to add something. Yeah, total donkey. Dot image dash gallery. Yep. So we need to nest that inside a class of dot image gallery, and you see. Now we see it. You'd see that if you go to Defiant, you won't have. I'm trying to remember all this off the top of my head, but I shouldn't be. I should be going practicing what I preach. I'm going to the image gallery, You just copy it in from there, right? And as you see, everything's working cool from there, right? Now, okay, so muddy pause, and if we go to, so max width 100 margin, auto. Yep, looking good. And in fact, you don't even know you need the 0 there. That's fine. And then with the cards, I'm speaking nonsense, not the cards. We're going to give, you notice they've got quite sharp corners. So a lot of the things in the Defiant framework I kind of leave for you guys to decide, you know. I don't want to dictate everything for you. I want you to have a little bit of creative flair. So what we'll do is we'll do dot image gallery dash main. That's this top picture, this one here, pointing. You kind of see where I'm pointing. So we'll say border top left radius, and we'll say what, 0.5 rem. This is 5 pixels, and top right radius 5 pixels. And for the actual image gallery images, so that would be dot image gallery image, then what we'll do is border radius 0.5 rem. Right, now this will cause a problem, as you'll see in a second, right? So you see how me doing that, it's overwritten this top one, right? So what we do here is we do image not, and we'll say not dot image gallery main. Now, and you see at the bottom here, right, these curved corners have went back to normal corners, okay? Right, so these ones at the bottom are curved, but not this one, okay? So that just leaves us with the footer, and we'll say dot footer. Background orange, red. Okay, and then we'll have a color of hashy, and what we'll do is we'll do text align center, and we'll have a padding of 2 rem, shall we? Padding 2 rem. Okay, that's looking cool. And the only thing we need to do left is dot footer a color, and that is EEE. Right, okay, so I think effectively we are cooking with gas there. So if we were to compare that to this one, okay, so the only differences left is, right, if we go full screen, that is our starter template. This one is the second one. There's a slight difference in size there, but I think in the original I'm using a H3 rather than a H2. I'm using a H2 here, you see. Okay, so that's cool. As we go down, this is the original. This is, yeah, that's in fact identical, apart from the images, right? This is again the original, and what our clients say is just different lorem text, essentially. Okay, that's cool. And then down to the gallery, we have some more images in here, but yeah, I think that's the that's the only difference there. Okay, cool. And last but not least, the footer. That's looking cool. Right, so all we need to do left, that is left, shall we say, is to add in a couple of media queries for this page. And what we'll do is we'll just make that writing a little bit smaller. So hero h1 at media, we'll say max width. Because we're working with rem, by the way, in Defiant, m works the same way. Okay, so we'll say max width. M doesn't work normally the same way. Like M inherits from its parent, rem inherits from the root HTML element. So because I've got that set in the Defiant framework, rem and m effectively are working the same. So right, so what we'll say here, what have I got here? Max width 70m. So this is effectively the same as 70 rem, but there's a weird thing where using media queries rem doesn't work the same. So we'll say dot hero h1. We'll say font size, instead of 5, we'll try 3. Okay. Yeah, that looks a little bit nicer. And I'll say H2, and we'll change that to 2 rem. Maybe a bit too small, 2.5. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so anything else? I really like those pictures. That's all good, that's all good. That's all good, that's all good. That looks nice. Looking nice. So if we bring this right out, bring it right out. Now at full screen, that will be like up there, as you can see, right? Full screen, but as we bring it down, everything centers evenly, which is really nice. So even down there, it jumps into the bottom. Now at here, let's have a look. Okay, cool. And that's really nice, that's really nice. I did notice that the icon disappeared there. That's a bug. It's not a bug. No, it's not a bug. That's just, I must have something somewhere that makes that disappear automatically. I tell you what it is. It's something to do with that. But you can fix that. You can fix that so that wouldn't disappear. Normally you wouldn't have icons there. You would have a logo anyway, so it wouldn't make much of a difference. So that's fine. Bring that right down to mobile. Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. Let's have a look at that. Then when it expands, The max width is 1000 pixels. Beautiful. Okay guys, well, I hope you've enjoyed going through that, and by all means check out defiantcss.com. It makes things really easy to rapidly use components. I mean, I've got documentation here for all sorts of things, right? I've got a starter template as well, and you download everything from GitHub. So thank you very much for spending this time with me, and we'll catch you later. Take it easy. Bye.